There's a new head coach, new sheriff of town in Las Vegas for the Raiders, and your new head coach will be the Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator, Seattle Seahawks, and Klint Kubiak, son of Gary Kubiak, the former head coach of the Houston Texans and Super Bowl winning Denver Broncos, Super Bowl 50. So the bloodline continues in the NFL for the Kubiak family. And we've seen what Klint Kubiak can do as an offensive mind, scheme up plays, you know what I'm saying, put his quarterback in position to where they can succeed, man, make it easy on the quarterback, get the ball out of his hands, but also take shots too and believe in your quarterback to make the right pass when it comes to throwing the ball deep in coverage and throwing the ball in tight windows. So Klint Kubiak has shown that he can be a great offensive mind, and hopefully he's coming to the Raiders to call plays because they hired you because you're offensive mind. They didn't hire you to be the guy that brings an offensive coordinator that call plays. They hired you specifically because they believe that you being an offensive minded guy, they can use that and you can help the Raiders get back to the promised land like they were, let's say, since 2002, making a Super Bowl. And I believe with the talent they have around, I think Clint Kubiak can do something with the talent. You know what I'm saying? They probably will get from Fernando Mendoza as your quarterback, but you have the Brock Bowers of the world. You have the Ashton Genties of the world, you know, but you have to boost up that O-line. That O-line is terrible. And if you want Mendoza to hold up for these 18 games, 17 games, he's going to need to stay healthy. And you're going to need to improve that O-line. I don't know. I don't know how much money the Raiders have. I think they have a lot of money going in free agency. So you got to pay guys. You got to do what the Chicago Bears did. You got to do it in Chicago, but you got to do it the rookie year, not the sophomore year. You got to do it in the rookie year. You got to go spend and have an expensive offensive line to hold up for your rookie quarterback and see if y'all can make a run at making the playoffs, or at least going from winning only 2 or 3 games for the last couple of years to a team that we look at winning 7 to 8 games, or should have a winning season the first year win 9 games. Then that sophomore, you take a next step. Now we thinking, okay, the Raiders can make the playoffs. But I think with the weapons around, they can do something. But you got to improve the O-line. You have to improve the receiving core. The receiving core is not good, man. They lied and told us all offseason of the 2025 offseason that, oh, the receiving core, the Raiders, look out. They got some weapons. And Geno had nobody to throw it to. He literally had nobody to throw the ball to at all, bro. That wide receiver core of the Raiders was terrible. They had Trey Tucker, number 11. He was the only guy that was getting separation and catching the passes and getting Geno looks so Geno could be comfortable throwing him the ball. Everybody else made Geno uncomfortable because they could not get open. And he didn't want to throw them the ball. And he had to force a lot of passes because guys couldn't get separation. That's what we saw all last year, bro. That's what we saw from the Raiders. People make it seem like Geno Smith is washed. I don't believe that he's washed. This season, based on the narrative of them getting a quarterback, is going to be seen like that he's washed. And based on them paying all the money, and you only win by 3 or 4 games, people are gonna look at it like, oh, it was a bad signing, bad trade, and it's a loss. But to me, I just feel like you didn't prepare Geno Smith to succeed based on what you got from the wide receiver room. The wide receiver room was terrible. We only got one wide receiver that can get open, and your best player a tight end. It's unacceptable. Because you're trying to, and I understand trying to give young guys in that wide receiver room chances, not trying to invest too much money into the wide receiver room. Let's get these guys. Let's see, is there somebody in this wide receiver room that can stand out and be the number one guy? And nobody showed that, in my opinion. We didn't see it at all. Nobody showed in the wide receiver room that they could be the number one guy for the Las Vegas Raiders. So you gotta, this offseason and in the draft, you gotta mix it up. Go get some wide receivers in the second day of the draft. This third or second or third. There's gonna be some guys there. You know what I'm saying? You can't never go wrong getting some wide receivers any time of the draft. It's the first day, second day, or the third day. So you might find a one in the second round. You might get to pick up 2 just to boast that room and go younger. Then go get you a veteran or go find somebody who want to get paid. Go find somebody. Go trade for somebody. You got the money. You got the picks. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of Max Cosby, him telling Tom Brady report that he don't want to play with Raiders no more. Go trade him. Go get you 2 picks. You know what I'm saying? A player. Trust me, with Max Cosby, how dominant he was, him making the Pro Bowl this year too, and how he's always going to jump off the screen. You can get 2 first-round picks and a player. I'm telling you, you can get 2 first-round picks and a player if you're Las Vegas Raider if you trade Max Cosby. But it depends on who you trade him to. It depends on who won him. Because I'm gonna say this: if I trade Max Cosby to the Cowboys, I want CD Lamb. If I'm the Rams, I want CD Lamb. I want George Pickens or I want CD Lamb. So you might well let George, like, that's how I'm looking at it. If I trade him to the Eagles, I want AJ Brown. If I trade him to the Vikings, I want Justin Jefferson. Just keep it 100. Like, I need somebody. You got to give me something. I need some conversation. I'm saying, bro, it got to be the right deal that benefits me. And if I'm gonna trade Max Cosby, our cornerstone on defense, you know what I'm saying, the best player on the team, no matter what, I need a veteran or star wide receiver to bolster up my wide receiver room with the young guys that I have already. So that's what I would do. Like I said, I think Klint Kubiak, I think he can be a good coach. It's going to be tough, you know what I'm saying, because you are in the AFC West and you're going against three legendary head coaches, Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh, and Sean Payton. But like I say, if he could get the most out of the young talent and bring in some talent and have an expensive O-line to keep Mendoza up if they draft him number one overall pick, they can win a couple of games in their first year. Like I said, to win 7 to 8 games. Then next year, the expectation for sophomore year, can they make that next step and go eat the playoffs? And I think they can. But you got to be able to have an O-line that can hold up and have wide receivers that can get separation, beat their man, so Mendoza can throw them the ball and we can make plays and get down the field. And if you don't have that, it's just going to be Mendoza throwing picks because nobody can get open. And the difference is it's just going to be the same year, same shit, same BS. Of the quarterbacks can't get, nobody's going to get open, so the quarterback got to force things, and it's going to look bad. It's going to look as bad as Geno Smith because Mendoza's a rookie, so he's going to make rookie mistakes on top of the mistakes he's going to make because the team is terrible. But that's all depending on what Klint Kubiak does during this offseason. Are you going to bolster his O-line up? Are you going to bolster your wide receiver room up? Are you going to trade Max Cosby to gain some conversation to boast those two rooms up? But everywhere else, I think they're pretty good at. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about the offense. Defensively, we'll talk about the Raiders defensively going down the line. But right now, I'm just talking about just Klint Kubiak. Since he's an offensive-minded guy, the offense has to be better because that's what they're bringing you in there for. And if he can get the most out of those players, especially Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers, and more pieces on with the Mendoza, I think the Raiders are a team that people will fear. I think it's a team that people have to worry about because, like I say, if they can just keep Mendoza up and have an O-line that could get pressure, have an O-line that can get some push, so with Ashton Genty, he's not getting hit behind the line of scrimmage every goddamn play. He is not getting hit in the backfield every play. Now he can have some holes where he could burst through, and then we can actually see him play dominant, look like Ashton that we saw at Boise State. And then we can have an O-line that can hold up to where Brock Bowers could put up more dominant numbers. He put up dominant numbers with a terrible O-line blocking for his quarterback in the past. Now think about it, the O-line can block. And now he got a quarterback that can throw him the ball consistently. Now he probably put up better numbers than he did his rookie year. So it's like I said, it's so many things that can go on for the Raiders, though. But they got to get their O-line fixed, and they have to get the wide receiver room fixed. Because if you don't, bro, it's going to be the same thing. It doesn't matter who the coach is. It's going to be the same thing. It don't matter if it's Pierce, Pete Carroll, or Kubiak. You're going to suck. So that's my thoughts on that.